Dude! This dude ain't on another level. He ain't on another island. He's on another planet, dog! Oh, we're gonna talk about it! My amp unit! And those about to rock! Raise them up! And for those that aren't about to rock, for those that can't handle that truth, for those that can't handle the amplification, wait patiently. The tear bucket is making its rounds. When it gets to you, unload those tears accordingly. Because clearly, you don't know where you are. They don't know where they are. Do you know where you are? You in the jungle, baby! You're gonna cry! Amp unit! Now! Let's! Now! Get! Now! Amplified. Boom! She injures Mouse, girls! Her opponents only hope to walk out living. Yeah, she injures Mouse, girls. In fact, she'll squash you in a motherfucking minute. Yeah, she injures Mouse, girls. She'll hit you so hard you'll think you're buzzing and there'll be no repercussions because she's the fucking Rock's cousin. And she'll keep on fucking up chicks by the dozen until someone wakes up all of a sudden and realizes in the squared circle she's a duddin'. Yeah, she injures Mouse, girls. That's Nia Jax's new theme music. I hope you guys enjoy that. It takes my fucking breath away, but it's a great tune. Woo! Oh, we getting amped. I just downed 2 hot coffee. One was a latte and one was a regular extra because I didn't know if one was going to be made not correctly. So what I did is I ordered 2. I said if one is bad, the other one's going to be good. What happened was, joke was on BC. The joke was on good old BC because both of them were actually good. So I downed them both and now I'm all fucked. But that doesn't mean we stop, right? We're not quitters. So we're gonna have a third one. This one's an iced coffee from Dunkin', and now we're really gonna be fucking looped. Yeah! Yeah! But we do have to tone it down because there's a review show we have to do. Oh, what the fuck is the... This is the wrapping on Dunkin'. So now we're gonna sit here for a fucking hour. I grew up in barroom fights, taking out 10 dudes at a time. And now they're gonna make me struggle to get wrapping paper off of a Dunkin'... What the fuck? Get off! Son of a bitch! Make wrapping paper like Fort Knox these days. Amp unit? Fuck's going on? That happened to me once. I was around all my buddies, and most of these people, they saw me getting those barroom fights, right? I always told them, guys, leave, because things are about to go down. And, or when my buddy would yell, red team, go! And I knew shit was gonna go down. I look at everybody else, I say, guys, just go home, because me and Joey got this. So we'd raise fucking hell, right? But they would stick around, and they would just, either some would join us, most would just watch. But, and then there was this one time, man, I don't know if it was a fucking, was it a beer bottle? Yeah, some shit, right? I'm sitting there trying to twist this thing up, right? It's not a twist off. It's the one where you have to fucking, you need a bottle opener. I had the perfect beer tooth growing up, so I would take everybody's beer and I would crack that with my tooth. You talk about badass, man. You talk about getting all the girls. Forget good looks, man. When you could just snap off everybody's fucking beer bottle and you were the shit at every party, man, girls would flock on you, man. So I used to have the perfect beer tooth. But one time, man, all my buddies we're all having a good time, and I'm trying to twist off this shit. Bruh, it ain't coming off, man. I look like such a fucking idiot. Big old BC with the big delts, the big muscles. And I'm like, fuck, man. I can't get my beer open. BC, it's not a twist off. You know, so I have to save face. I'm like, oh yeah, I knew that. Fucking, dude. I knew that. I'm providing entertainment. I'm an entertainer. It's what I do. In any groups more than 3 people, I'm going to be the guy entertaining. I was fucking kidding. Anyway, what the fuck are we talking about? Opening beer bottles? Let me get a sip of this, guys, please. Did I shake this enough? I don't even know. What's up, guys? Oh, fuck, no. Oh, no, it was already open a little. Fuck. Come on, bro. Come on, bro, that ain't cool. Not over sexy Lexi. Fuck. This is a fucking Lexus. This ain't no fucking piece of shit Honda. No offense to any Honda guy. That's all my buddies. What am I saying, man? All my buddies got the Hondas. My buddies that are what? BC, what the fuck, man? You like my Honda? I do. Hondas can be badass, man. These days, people suit them up. So now they looking badass. Hold on, guys. I always come prepared with shit, brah. You can't get these seats fucked up, man. This is a Lexi. Fucking Lexus, baby. We high rolling over in this bitch. Can't be getting coffee all over. BC, man. BC, man, it's gonna be 10 minutes. You didn't even talk about wrestling, BC. BC, I'm not gonna subscribe to this. Hit the bricks, bitch! What the fuck you doing? You think I'm one of these YouTubers that begs for subscribers? You think I'm gonna beg for fucking likes and comments and subs? No, people do it because they love BC. We an amp unit, baby. You don't get begged to be here. This is a fucking La Familia, bro. You either in the circle, you in the La Familia, or you're fucking out. You're with us or you against. Hit the fucking bricks, dog. I'll beg you to be here, bro. We spending time. We just shooting the shit, bro. Fuck you doing, dog? Fuck you doing? One bitch boy braided the other day. One bitch boy Brian's like, BC, I come here to hear wrestling reviews, and you just talk. You talk about everything. Yeah. You're lucky I didn't talk about how you were dropped on your fucking dome piece a couple, 2-3 times too many as a kid. You're lucky I don't talk about how your parents hate you. You're fucking a loser in life. Deal with it, bitch. I could be talking about that, you dumb fuck. Get out of here. How sad must your life be? BC, I come here for wrestling reviews, and you talk about everything. Oh my god. You talk about everything, BC. I just wanted to hear about some wrestling. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. Let's talk some WWE. Right? You ever hear Michael Cole say WWE? Oh, I can't stand that motherfucker. I mean, I don't even mind Cole, actually. The way he says WWE. 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 Shut up, dude. Fuck, at least he's not as bad as fucking Josh. You guys ever hear Josh Matthews for more than 2 minutes? No, you didn't. Don't lie to BC. Don't lie that you never heard Josh Matthews for more than 2 minutes. You know how I know you didn't? Because you would be put into eternal sleep. You wouldn't be awake right now. There's no way you heard Josh Matthews for more than 2 minutes. All right, let's talk about this show, guys, before I spill more coffee on Sexy Lexi over here. Roman Reigns, this dude. Roman Reigns is the best heel that I have seen in well over 10 years, correct? 20 years, probably, correct? What heel is fucking on another level like Roman is now? I can't think of one. H would be the last one that I can remember. One of the best heels for me was Paranoid Stone Cold Steve Austin. Do you guys remember Paranoid Steve Austin? That's when he already reached his pinnacle of success as a face, and he just wanted to turn heel. He thought he'd have more fun, so he turned into a fucking paranoid character, and everything was, what? What? You dumb son of a bitch! You think I'm gonna leave that door open? When you cross by, you got another thing coming. What? I was talking over here and you said something. I heard you. What? 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 Oh, it was the best, bro. Bro, to this day, fans still say the what chants. It was epic. But Triple H, when you're talking about dastardly heels, man, that's the last I can remember. Now, people always say, not BC, Eddie Guerrero and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, come on. They were good. They're not dastardly like this. Eddie had a lot of comedy in his heel. That's great. He was a great heel, but Eddie was just great all around. But when you're talking dastardly fucking heel on another status like this, like you truly believe he's the bad guy, he's the boogeyman, he's the asshole. Man, Roman Reigns right now, forget the island. This guy's on another planet. And literally, if not he is one of the best heels that I have personally seen, and I've watched this business over 30 years, dissecting it like nobody else. At a young age, I was dissecting pro wrestling. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was setting me up to be a YouTuber, a podcaster, and one day take over the pro wrestling world. Maybe. But what I can tell you is that in 30 plus years of watching in the past 2 decades, this dude is one of the best, if not the, that I have seen heel-wise. And that's paying homage to the dastardly heel that was Triple H, or the cool characters that was Paranoid Stone Cold. I don't know, man. This dude is just, he's hitting on all cylinders. And I took a lot of heat for years when I said that he needs to turn heel. And Roman Reigns' diehard fan base, they who even liked me, they love BC. But like, BC, man, nah, I like Roman, just give it up, man. Vince will never turn him, and this is what we got. He's always going to be a 50-50 reaction type guy. And I'm like, no, bro, there's more potential in him. You're shortchanging him. You are resting on this dude's own laurels in the fact that Vince has proclaimed him the golden child. But no, he could be that golden child, and we could bestow that title on him, but give him the chance, right? You're not allowing him. You're handcuffing him by just allowing him to be this forced face, because that's what he was. And I saw potential as a heel with this dude. I thought he was a natural born heel. Just give him a chance to be it. And if it fails, then no harm, no foul. He can be a face again, and you can force him down everybody's fucking throat like nothing happened. What happened was they finally were forced to listen to us. They turned him heel, and I'm not even giving myself a pat on the back or pumping my ego. This is just a fact. We were right. And to show you that I'm not pumping my own ego, it was not just BC, man. A lot of us came together and said this needs to happen. Well, those that did, we ended up being correct. Nobody can argue the fact, or they just be wrong. This is not an opinion. This is a fact. On this channel, we don't like to talk opinions. We like to talk facts. The fact is, this Roman Reigns is by far on another planet than what this forced face was in past years. This Roman Reigns is a dude that I am on board with. I am on that bandwagon proudly. I'd probably sport Roman merchandise down the line. That's how badass this dude is. And if you would have told me just 6 months to a year ago that I'd be saying those words, I'd have said, you done fallen on your dome piece a couple, 2, 3 times. Just a bit too many. But that's what we're dealing with. We start the show with Kayla Braxton, middle of the ring, interviewing Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and Jey Uso by his side. Now, Roman completely degrades Braxton and belittles her questions, which I thought was brilliant because Roman was brilliant in his delivery here. What a transformation, this guy. This is a dude who never was really good on the mic at all. I still remember that John Cena shit when he put him on blast, middle of the ring on live television, because Roman couldn't cut the promo. And now you see a guy who is just in the zone. He feels comfortable in his skin, and in his delivery, you feel that. You're not just hearing it, you are feeling it. This is a dude who's cutting some badass promos, and he doesn't even need the mic. Some of his best mic work is without the mic. It's during a segment or during a match when he's talking shit to his opponent. And if you listen, this dude is one of the best trash talkers I've seen come along in a very long time. Roman is fucking on that another planet. That's what I mean by that. His delivery here while he was engaging with Braxton was just beautiful. Like, who do you think you are? Paul arranges you to have time with the tribal chief, to have time with the man of the industry, and these are the questions that you're asking me? This is how you chose to spend your time. Time that you probably will never get again unless Paul arranges it for you and you get lucky. And this is the type of shit that you're sending at me. I thought it was great, guys. KO, Kevin Owens hits the ring, challenges Roman as we knew was going to happen for TLC. Not much in terms of action or in terms of setting something interesting up for the rest of the night here in this segment, but it was a good segment nonetheless. I just love the interaction between Roman and Braxton. You really got character development with Roman. And then when KO came out, you really got a sense of believability between the two. I honestly feel like this is a better story, or at least starting it anyway, than when they first feuded a couple of years ago, I believe it was. I believe the roles were reversed. Obviously they were. Roman was the face. Kevin Owens was the heel. And the story wasn't bad per se, but this is more believable for me. So if you can keep on that progression, this is going to get interesting in the next couple of weeks because Roman is going to make it such. But even Owens, this is the most relevant Kevin Owens has been in a very long time, guys. This is a dude who was just on NXT cutting a KO show. That's how insignificant this guy is. And Roman said the words last night, the island of relevancy. And how true is that, man? Because he's brushing now and he's making Owens the dude that he should have been all along. Because Owens is, or could be anyway, a legit superstar. And he's just been in flux. It's like they believe in him for a few months and then they totally throw him underneath the rug. They forget about him. Then they're like, oh yeah, we have Kevin Owens. And then they make something out of him. And then a few months later, he's back underneath the rug. I don't think they quite know what to do with Owens, man. Triple H is an advocate for him, but I don't think Vince sees a lot in him. And I think that's where the internal struggle is. No, I don't mind this first segment at all. And just the thought of, later in the night, again, you have Owens and Otis taking on Uso and Roman. Just the thought of Roman and Uso together in a tag team, it's kind of interesting to me. I don't know. It piqued my interest a little bit. And usually I'm not big on tag team division in WWE because they have killed any spark in the tag division for years and years now. So now when I see tag matches in WWE, you want to just roll your eyes back. Hopefully this does not spill. Come on, Duncan, man. So far, it took me fucking a minute to take off the fucking wrapping. And it's spilled all over the place. I'm not batting 1,000 with this Dunkin' shit. It's still fucking dripping, bro. How is this? What the fuck, man? Change your design. Bro, this is not cool, bro. But it's delicious as fuck. Truly is. This is some good shit, bro. This is the French vanilla Dunkin'. Creamy and smooth. Well, I'd say might get another one after. Oh, it's over the notes and everything. Come on, bro. First match of the night saw Bayley defeated by Natalya. Bayley submitted. Bayley tapped out to Natty. True story, if you didn't see Smackdown, Bayley tapped out to that. Bayley holds the title for 380 days, drops it, and becomes irrelevant basically overnight. Do you see why this company frustrates me? Just because you drop a title doesn't mean you should fall off the island of relevancy. Like a rock off a cliff. Tapping out to Natty? Seriously? Is that needed, dude? Of course not. Fucking Natty. That's not even shade. It's Natty. She's been there for 76 years. It's clear she's not going to go down as one of the all-time greats. We love Natty. She helps out all the younger talent coming in. She will always have a job in WWE. We'll always like her. Every once in a while, she'll be put in a title scene. She'll actually win it. She'll be used as a filler for every little fucking nook and cranny. But it's, at the end of the day, your champion of 380 days just lost it. Can you maybe find a way to keep her relevant? Just because you don't have a title doesn't mean you shouldn't or couldn't be relevant. Just because you lose a title doesn't mean, okay, now you just get booked like a chump. There's no reason to lose to fucking Natty in this match. There is none. There's nothing you can tell me. In fact, they're booking this, it looks like anyway, Bianca Belair and Bayley feud. So if you're gonna do that, have the loss come to Bianca. But damn it, just have Bayley take out Natty. BC, the story is that Bianca was at ringside and kinda helped Natty win. It was like a distraction, B. I don't give a fuck. If Bianca and everybody she knows was around ringside, if the whole Thunderdome turned into Bianca's family and friends, I don't care what kind of distraction you can think of. If The Undertaker's lightning bolt started hitting all around Bayley, if The Fiend's red light was in her eyes nonstop, if Disco Inferno's disco ball was popping, if Glacier's snow was coming down. Remember Glacier from WCW? Or am I really sending you guys back into a twisted time? I don't care what the distraction is. Bayley should not be losing and tapping out to Natty if she's about to have a big match with Bianca. Because now when she loses to Bianca, it's not going to be meaningful. It ain't going to pack a punch. What do I know? I'm just a YouTuber! Wow, you actually sound really brilliant though, but you're just a YouTuber! If you knew what you were talking about, you'd be working for Vince! Yeah, bitch! I've never sent in an application at a time where I've seen one application after another application. Application? Amplification? One application after another I have seen online. This company is looking for creative minds more now than ever before, which it ain't gonna matter because Vince is just gonna rip up your ideas anyway, and Vince is gonna do what Vince wants to do. But this company is always looking for people. There's a reason I never sent in an application. It's because I would never last a minute with Vince, or vice versa. He wouldn't last a minute with BC because I told you I would lock the door in our first meeting and we would just have at it. I would tell him everything I'm going to need to help turn this company around. If you cannot offer me everything I need, I am walking. I might piss Vince off before I walk and he may fire me on my first day of employment. That is why I have never sent in an application. I can't work for somebody this fucking ignorant. I can't do it. They don't deserve my creativity. I put in my heart into something, and all of a sudden I see Vince ripping it up hours before showtime or crossing shit out and changing this and changing that. And I'm like, dude, why? Your way is clearly not working. Your ratings are going down. Your merchandise sales are non-existent. BC is selling more of his merch than McMahon at this point. Slight exaggeration? Okay, but slight. If you saw merchandise numbers now compared to where they were 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, damn! You'd be like, wow, how far this company has fallen. BC's merchandise sales alone in November over a G-Note. Over a G-Note in the month of November. Dog, for a small YouTube channel, not too fucking bad, huh? Meanwhile, I'm getting email after email from WWE basically giving me their merchandise away for free. Buy one, get one for 20 cents. Buy one half off, get one for a fucking $1. They're trying to give their shit away. Me, I'm selling premium quality, 25 spot. Or my badass hoodie down there for 45. When you have a good product, people want your merch. When you're entertaining, when you're captivating people, people want your merch. They're supporting you. They're part of the La Familia. When you're putting on shit, you have to give away your merch. When you're putting on shit shows, people want nothing to do with that shit. Nobody's gonna sport your shit if you absolutely suck. I'm not going to work for somebody like Vince McMahon just to watch him cross out all of my hard work that he hired me to do because he thinks his product is better. He thinks his way of thinking is better. He thinks what he's producing is good shit. Meanwhile, everything I've been saying on this YouTube channel has been accurate, and I'm hitting grand slams over here. Every fucking show after show, week after week, month after month, year after year, I've been bitching, moaning, complaining, screaming, ranting, hollering to turn Roman heel. Finally, after 5 years, he does it. Oh, I was right. Time after time, I said, dude, put somebody like a Sister Abigail type character with Bray Wyatt and watch Wyatt's character evolve even more and storylines captivate us. Oh, they did it with Alexa, and look at what they're producing. Some of the best shit in WWE right now, the only good shit, is shit that BC's been saying all along. But you know better, Vince, because you have all the expertise, decades of knowledge. There comes a time where sometimes, unfortunately, you lose it. You need help. I would absolutely offer my help to WWE, but it cannot be with the old man in Stamford. We just butt heads to the point. You thought Eric Bischoff was there and out in 9 months. How he fucking lasted 9 months, I'm still fucking questioning. But he moved. Eric Bischoff moved everything from Colorado to Stanford. 9 months later, he was fucking right back to Colorado. Oh, for not. You thought Paul Heyman didn't last long, bro. BC would be in, quick meeting, and I'd be right the fuck out. Either I'm getting fired or I'm fucking quitting. But it would all be in just a few minutes. Maybe me and Vince would even come to fucking blows. A couple of alphas doing business. Bayley taps out to Natty with a potential feud for Bayley on the horizon with Bianca. Does it make sense? It's the opposite of making sense. It leaves you confused and befuddled, but that's WWE television. Next up was actually an awesome tribute to Pat Patterson, and Vince McMahon shelled out the big bucks here because they paid for the usage of Frank Sinatra's I Did It My Way. And that is a song that Patterson was famous for singing during karaoke sessions. And I assure you, that song was not cheap. And they played all of it. The way it works is when you buy rights to a song for a show or a segment, anything like that, you pay for it either, depending on who's in charge of that song, who actually owns the rights. But usually, if you play just a snippet or just a portion of the song, it's a lot cheaper than what it would be if you played the whole song. Well, they paid for the whole Frank Sinatra I Did It My Way song. The whole motherfucker. So Vince, this was his right-hand man. This was somebody very special to Vince and his family and to pro wrestling, more specifically WWE. They spared no expense. They bought the whole I Did It My Way song for that tribute. I thought that was absolutely a beautiful thing to do. The show actually started out, too, with all the superstars on the stage, and they played tribute to Pat Patterson, and that's one of those things you really wish there was an audience for, because that piped in thank you Pat was just way too fake. I mean, it sounded like just one dude was doing the chant, thank you Pat, it didn't even sound like a chant. Even Vince McMahon, when you watch the playback, Vince McMahon was kind of like looking up, like, all right, we can end that, you know? So that took away just a little bit, but other than that, what an awesome tribute. And yeah, man, you know, Pat Patterson, man, that's one of those names where every fucking wrestler, guys, every fucking wrestler, from The Rock to fucking Hornswoggle, Anybody who's ever been a talent, any suit and tie, people in Stanford's headquarters, man, they could probably tell you stories about Pat Patterson, man. He just had one of those personalities that was just infectious, and people loved being around this dude. I don't know, man. I never met him. I can't tell you. But I can tell you that people have just great stories. And I know he's got a little bit of a checkered past with some questionable decisions and scandals, if you will. But, you know, like I said, I don't know the guy. I don't know anything about that. I just know what most people say about this dude. They love this guy. So unless you met this dude and you have another way of thinking, or you just heard stories and you don't like him and that's your prerogative. I'm just saying what I know of this dude from other people. They love this guy, and he helped so many people. It's crazy the stories you hear. I mean, this guy was beloved. Unfucking real, man. So much love to Pat Patterson and everyone he left behind, man. Strength and love always, man. You know that. On this channel, we always send that strength and love, man, to those in need. Hour number 1 ended with a 6-man schmaz match. D-Bry, Rey Mysterio, and Big E versus Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Only reason I didn't mind this to a point, the only reason I'm not shitting on this because it's a multi-man schmaz, is because this was a tribute to Pat Patterson. It was all former IC champions. That's what it was being billed as. And a current IC champion, of course, in Sami Zayn. So I didn't mind that. They even had the original IC championship that Patterson had. Of course, he was the first ever IC champ. So I thought that was a cool little addition and a nice way to pay tribute to Pat Patterson. D-Bry pins the IC champ in this match, Sami Zayn. Daniel Bryan pins the Intercontinental champion, Sami Zayn, via the Pat Patterson fruit roll-up. That's the old-fashioned cradle. And the only reason I'm not going to shit on it like I normally would again is because this was a tribute to Patterson. What I am going to tell you straight out, I don't care who this is a tribute to, you should never have your champions losing bullshit matches, man. This is a champion that lost a match that is just a fucking tribute. This is not anything that you need your champion to be dropping the fucking match to flat on his back looking up at the lights. Your champion! Because we're taking inventory of that loss. This is a nonsensical match. I understand. It's a tribute to Pat. Awesome. Why is your champion losing? A fucking 3-on-3 match. Fuck do you call this? A schmaz! Why is your champion? He does this all the time. Vince does not give a fuck about his champions. He doesn't. In fact, I honestly believe he throws them on there just to appease the masses, right? Show the public that, see, that they're a company that's doing the right things. See, Asuka has a championship, and Sasha's got a championship. See? We're not just about the blonde bombshells. When constantly Charlotte Flair, when she's there, is in all the headline stories. Let's be honest. You're always going to have people like Lana and Lacey Evans in big storylines. Either one at a time or both at the same time. Well, Alexa's putting in her best work right now. But beforehand, when it was just Alexa with no real fucking character, she was getting championship after championship, storyline after storyline. But why? There's people way more talented, skill-wise, than Alexa. Vince's Blonde Brigade. This isn't just like something that we're just spewing out because it's our opinion. It's factual. We have evidence. And then he puts championships once in a while on Naomi for a few months. And Asuka will get it a couple of times. And Sasha's now has it. Who knows if she'll have it for more than 2 fucking months? Has she already? Who knows? Maybe we'll go for a fucking record. 3 months! But then you look at their booking. Look at the booking of Asuka. Asuka's an afterthought. Asuka's being used right now just to further a Lana storyline. She's being forced to tag with Lana. Asuka has nothing going for her, and she's your champion. Sasha Banks has to cater to Carmella right now. That's not putting Sasha Banks on the fucking map at all. Look at when Shinsuke Nakamura was champion. What was that? US or IC? One of the two. Maybe fucking both. The worst fucking Finn Balor. Remember when he was champion? Mid-card champion. US or IC. I forget which is which. Doesn't even matter. The titles are not prestigious. They don't care. Why should we care? But watch the booking of these champions. They might as well not even have a championship. They'd probably get booked better. He doesn't give a fuck about the champions anymore. He doesn't. I don't even think he likes Sami Zayn. So he'll put a fucking title on him and he books him like a fucking joke. Sami Zayn is a clown show. Doesn't give a fuck about the belts. Unfucking real, man. Sami Zayn taking I don't understand. I don't understand how you're having Bayley, who just held a championship for 380 days, losing like that, tapping out so quickly to fucking Natty. I don't, especially if you're going to have something with Bayley and Bianca, then make Bayley look strong. Because she should be being looked strong. She held the belt for 380 days. And now she's quickly just tapping out to Natty like nothing. This is somebody who held the belt for over a year. And Bayley just loses like that to Natty Neidhart. And then a segment later, you have your Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn, losing to Daniel Bryan. You see, it furthers the storyline because down the road, you'll say Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn. Okay, well, why do I need to see that? I just saw Daniel Bryan beat Sami Zayn. See what I mean, numbnuts? You're not thinking clearly. You don't need to see something that you already saw. You need to see something that you didn't see before. Your IC champion should not be losing a match until he loses the IC championship. Fucking crazy concept, right? I know. I'm fucking crazy like that. It's crazy. I think clearly. I use common sense and I use logic. I'm a fucking numbnuts, I guess. Hour number 2 is kicked off with a side-by-side interview before the aforementioned Carmella and Sasha Banks. I gotta be fair here. This was actually done beautifully. It felt believable because they made it real. Can't believe I'm saying these words, but WWE produced some good writing here. Sasha spoke on how Carmella is not even in her league. No lies detected. Carmella then said, Sasha, you're just jealous because you worked and busted your ass your entire life, owning your craft to be a WWE superstar, and then there's me. I just came waltzing in and accomplished as much as you with half the work. No lies detected. I mean, it was very real. These are things that you would think they'd be saying because it's real life. It's things that we talk about here. So this was obviously scripted word for word, I believe. So you gotta credit the writer here. Whoever was writing this, this was theirs, and they did a good job. I'll give kudos, and that's why this channel is the most realist. We just don't shit on shit just to shit on it, or because it's the cool thing to do. No. I'll give props where it's due, man. This was brilliantly written. And because it's real. It's real, man. Sasha does feel that way about these people. That's why Sasha had a beef with Alexa and such, you know, and that's why she connected with Bayley, because Bayley is cut from the same cloth. They're from the same mold. Bayley busted her ass and wants to be the very best, and that's why you form friendships with people that you're most in common with, and people that don't share your same just common philosophy on shit. Those tend to be the people that you kind of keep away, and that's why Sasha has her knit group, and that's why she doesn't like certain people. So Sasha does feel that way in real life. I know this, man, and they could be friends, no doubt, but if you think that Sasha is happy that Carmella did come in, not as I mean, she came in, remember with, who were those two dudes that lasted only for a cup of coffee in WWE and then they were already gone? Enzo Amore. Do you guys remember Enzo Amore? And who was the other guy he was with? Big Cass. Wow, what a tragedy. I just thought of them. In NXT, it looked like they were going to own the world in the tag division. NXT main roster, they were just going to own the world. And they're like an afterthought, man. They came in and they were out just as quick. They lasted for a cup of fucking coffee. Salute to Enzo and Big Cass, man. I don't like seeing that. That's sad, man. What a sad story. I hope they're doing okay. I haven't even thought about them in so long. Anyway, Carmella was with them as a manager. Then she just starts wrestling and, I mean, she had some wrestling training. She wasn't just a man. She was doing some wrestling training anyway, guys. I don't want to make it sound like she just didn't have any fucking wrestling aspiration. But she was a dancer. Wasn't it for, like, the LA Lakers or some shit? She goes into wrestling and, dude, no shade and no hate. You ain't gonna play her hate. I'm proud of Carmella and how far she's made it. But when you saw the titles and winning ladder matches and this and that when Sasha was getting absolute jack shit, that doesn't sit well with fans, much less Sasha, I know deep down. You think Sasha and Billy didn't talk about this shit? Like, wow, yeah, our booking is non-existent. Meanwhile, on the same night, Carmella just won a championship or a ladder match for a briefcase. The wrestling world isn't even talking about Sasha or Bayley, but Carmella's getting it all. That would piss you off, right? In any job, you could be at fucking McDonald's, dude, and if you're busting your ass and here comes fucking little Jane in there and she's doing nothing but sucking the boss's fucking dick, and she's getting all these raises and awards, and you're like, what the fuck? Not saying that Carmella's... Bad analogy. I'm not saying Carmella's doing that. I think she's dating Corey Graves still. Yeah, this is going south. I mean, not south like... All right, we gotta move on. I don't even... Oh, man. The bottom line is, what I'm trying to say is, this was a good segment, actually, this side-by-side, right? We already saw so much physicality. Carmella's already jumped Sasha 4 times. Sasha beat the shit out of Carmella last week. We don't need to see any more of that, brah. You know, that's done. So, I thought this was a way to build a story and not have any physicality. I liked it. Baron Corbin versus Murphy is next. This is a rematch from last week. Murphy, of course, had the Mysterios in his corner, but Corbin wasn't alone. The Forgotten Sons were in his corner. They were actually literally forgotten for a while, man. I remember there was that tweet, that was sent out many months ago, that did not do the Forgotten Sons any favors, and I think that kept them off TV even more. And that was that Riker who did... I forgot who that was, man. Yeah, I think it was fucking Riker. But it was... I guess it was good to see. I don't know, man. I mean, Blake and Murphy have history, so that added at least some intrigue to an otherwise boring encounter that we just saw last week between Murphy and Corbin. So I guess there was a little bit of intrigue there, but I don't know. Corbin wins via pinfall over Murphy. Good old 50-50 booking, with Corbin winning. And because, guys, hear me out. I do my research for you guys, as always. On the October 23rd SmackDown, Rollins beats Murphy. Murphy's next match wasn't until a month later on the November 20th SmackDown, where Murphy beat Rollins. So, on the October 23rd edition of SmackDown, Rollins beat Murphy. A month later, Murphy beats Rollins, and that was his very next match, so 50-50 booking. Last week, Murphy beats Corbin. This week, Murphy loses the Corbin. 50-50 booking. They followed the same trajectory as Rollins. It just wasn't a month in between, it was 1 week in between. My point is, the last 4 televised events for Murphy one-on-one with Seth Rollins and Baron Corbin, 50-50 booking. 50-50 booking helps nobody! It helps nobody! Nobody will look at you as a badass or a real threat if you are 50-50 booked. I promise you, I know this after years and years and years of doing my homework. I have done the research, so you don't have to. 50-50 booking ruins people. And I know this is how Vince keeps everybody underneath their thumb so they can't gain any superstar status and they can't sue him down the line or leave him high and dry. Go to AEW and make a big splash. In Vince's eyes, Brody can leave and it ain't going to make an impact. Miro can leave, it won't make an impact. 61-year-old Sting can leave, it won't make an impact. If he can leave you and keep you under his thumb and keep you 50-50 booked and pretty much irrelevant throughout your career, you're not bigger than the WWE brand. If he can do that, you're not going to be able to hurt him in the long run. So you got a talent like Murphy who just can't break out. He just can't break out of the waters because he's not being allowed to. Just look at the booking. I've done my homework for you guys. So he wins last week. He loses this week. Main event is Otis and Ko versus Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. I actually love the concept of Roman and Jey teaming up. You know, I got the visual last night. I was like, oh, all right, this is an upgrade from Jimmy, and we love Jimmy Uso. But this is an upgrade, I'd say, man. These two can win tag championships left and right. You thought the Usos were multiple tag team champions. Damn. Not that I need to see that, by the way. I looked at the visual, and I was like, this is a badass team right here. Otis is taken out early and KO basically has to go this alone. It's basically a handicap match. Roman is DQ'd because he told Jey Uso to get down from the ropes, not hit the big splash. Tag me in. This is my island. This is my match to win. But Jey Uso took so long that Owens actually ended up breaking up the tag. And I believe he actually gave... First he took Roman out and then he gave Jey Uso the stunner. I believe it was the stunner. Either way, he took Uso out. He went to cover him. Roman got in because Roman was pissed off now. First, that Kevin Owens just punched him in the face and that Jey Uso defied him. So, he locks in, I believe, the guillotine on Owens, and he doesn't break at 5. Actually, he wasn't even the legal man, so the ref just called for the bell. Roman and Jey Uso were DQ'd, and I guess you can say Otis, even though he wasn't a part of the match. Otis and KO win via DQ. But the guillotine was locked on. The damage was done. And then Roman brings in 2 chairs. One for him and Jey. And Roman and Jey Uso just start beating Kevin Owens. I mean, beating this dude. And Owens was feeling this shit. You could tell quickly. He flipped to his side. When a wrestler flips like that, they're supposed to take it on the back. When they start to feel it, and it starts to hurt, they'll actually turn to their side so that another body part can take it. And another part, if your back can't take any more shots, wrestlers are trained to take it in the arm, right? Your delts. Your delts are always going to be a brute force. They can take a lot. That's why I love bulking up my delts. I always make sure when I'm in the gym, man, my delts are being bulked more than anything. A, it looks good. You're going to get a lot of chicks. But B, you can, it's your whole fucking nucleus of that fucking arm, man. It can take a beating and it can help you put on a beating. So delts are very important. So Owens' back was hurt these were vicious chair shots. So he flips, you could see him flip, you could tell he was actually hurting for real, and he took some shots onto his arm. These were vicious fucking shots. And then out of nowhere, Roman just hauls on Jey Uso, man. I did not expect that. It was badass. It was beautifully done. Jey Uso sold it fucking brilliantly, bro. Go back and watch Jey Uso when he gets it. He was shocked while being in pain. So he's looking at Owens. He's saying, put a beat, and all of a sudden, boom! And he turns in pain like this, and he's looking at Roman like, fuck, dude! And then he just starts getting beaten by Roman. Beaten, dude! And poor Jay's like, et tu, Brute? Et tu, Brute? Any Shakespeareans up there? BC's got some book smarts. Not a lot, but I got some, man. I know some Shakespeare. And he's looking down at Owens. And I swear, bro, this is the best. This is why I say Roman is incredible right now. Roman is fucking incredible on his own planet. He's looking down at Owens while he's head-to-head. You see the thumbnail. He's head-to-head with Jey Uso. And they're both in pain because Roman just put a whooping on them both. And he's looking at Owens and he's screaming out, look, are you trying to break up my family? Are you trying to break up my family? This is what you made me do? You're making me. Nobody breaks up my family. And he's grabbing his goatee and he's ramming it into the fucking mat as he's grabbing his goatee. And he's looking at Jey Uso and he looks back at Owens. You're breaking up my family. He's like so delusional that like he's honestly thinking that his actions are justified. Like Owens made him turn on his own La Familia. Owens made him turn on his blood. That's fucking beautifully executed. I mean, that type of heel character anyway should be getting over, right? When you're that delusional / paranoid type of a heel character, it's some of the most fun heel work you can do in the business. But when you do it at a level that Roman is fucking with, brah, this is incredible. I have truly not seen a heel like this in a couple of decades. I have not. I couldn't believe what Roman was doing in there, man. It was beautiful to turn on Jey. Not really a turn. It was reprimanded because he told there's going to be consequences to Jey earlier in the night for basically disobeying him left and right. Jey Uso's making a lot of questionable decisions in Roman's eyes, and he's going to have to pay for it, basically, is what Roman told Jey earlier in the night. So Jey was expecting something, but nobody was expecting that, man. They're both putting a whipping on Owens, and all of a sudden Jey gets it, and Jey turns like this, like, fuck, dude. I loved it, man. And that's why I mean, Jey Uso deserves so much credit, too. Can't just give it to Roman, because Jey has been playing this beautifully from day one. I love what they are doing with these motherfuckers, guys. I love this shit. And Roman Reigns, kudos, man. I knew this was in him. It's so cool to see it unfold, man. It's so cool to everything that I ranted about. All of the words that I have screamed and yelled. We can take a deep breath and it's all justified. You know, that's so cool. I don't need the pat on the back or the ego to be pumped. It's just so cool to have my words justified, you know, and I knew what I was talking about. I just needed them to just do it, you know? It's not just like this is what I want to have happen as a fan. No, it's what I needed to have happen, what they needed to have happen as a company. Because it's only going to make everybody better. And this, if you really want Roman to be a star, there's one way to do it. You have to turn him into a star. You know, this is something that Vince doesn't like to do. He doesn't like to create stars unless he handpicks you to be that golden child. Well, he handpicked Roman. So if that's who we have to all deal with for the next fucking 10, 15, 20 years, at least make it fun for everybody. Turn the guy heel. And in a couple of years, if you want to turn him back face, which will be inevitable, especially if he keeps gaining this badassery, he's going to gain more of a following and he's going to be turned into a fucking huge face. He's going to be a bigger face than Vince could have ever imagined. All by just listening to people like BC Amplified and turning this guy heel, because now you are seeing what this dude is capable of. And I believe we're just scratching the surface. Roman, you can tell, is just starting to feel himself. He's starting to feel that shit, dog. There was a time in this match where Jay's doing his thing or maybe Owens was talking shit or something. And Roman was just like, get out of here, bro. Like, get away from my island, right? You're stinking the joint up. I mean, this aura about this dude, this delusion, this hierarchy, like, I'm so much better than you, I don't even got the time to deal with you. I love it. I love it. And I can't express how brilliant this was played off last night at the end of this fucking show. Storylines like that, or should I say segments like that, that moment that he turned on Uso and started spewing that shit to Owens, man. That's the shit that you remember for years and years to come. Awesome shit, man. Salute to everybody, man. All my AMP unit members. Another great week on the channel. That's thanks to you guys. Actually, one of our best weeks ever. I know AEW had a lot to do with that, with the show that they produced this week. And some of our most successful live streams that we've done, the most successful, actually. We just continue to blow this community out of the water. We continue to be the most badass motherfuckers in the pro wrestling community. And we're going to do it again next week. But thank you guys for this week, man. We're going to enjoy our weekend. Kick that ass. Stay amplified always. Think, be, live. Amplified. Get that coffee. Get energized. Whoop that ass. Amplified style. You know the deal, baby. For now, check you later.